and draws the foul. Adrian Dantley, now 5th in the league in scoring. He missed 12 games as a holdout. The comeback player of last season for the Utah Jazz.
You know, he's a very small 6'5". You know, and just as Sampson can play a lot smaller, this guy at 6'5" can play a lot bigger. And the Utah Jazz get away with using a smaller man because he's got that wide body and knows how to use it. In close to the basket, on the boards, and he's a dynamite player finding open sky to get a shot off in traffic.
And a little tank moving around on stubby
legs. Gets the job done. Yes, it does.
As Cedric Maxwell.
Just don't get caught under his tracks, baby.
108 to 100. Michael Jordan is short. Jordan hasn't had the outside shot in this game. Magic 3-on-2 is foul going in. Many times it's smart for Magic to do just that. Go to the hoop.
Take it to the hoop, and what he did was deke Isaiah out of the way. Isaiah kept trying to force him to his left. One time earlier in the ball game, Isaiah made a steal that way, and Magic said, "You're not going to do it again this time. I'm going left." And he got by him.
Here's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar coming into the ball game, and going out as Akeem Olajuwon. Abdul-Jabbar has 4 fouls.
This is serious time now when Kareem is in there. As I said before, that's the inside offense. And that is power. And you can almost say we're going to get a good shot down low when we need it.
Well, the West has a 10-point lead with 8.5 minutes remaining. Jordan guarded by Gervin. Malone up outside. 5 on the shot clock. Julius, no alley-oop, but the tip in to Moses Malone.
Moses watered off Kareem to get that tip. Almost gave him a straight on.
8-point lead for the West. Magic off the glass, lead pass to the doctor. Larry Nance makes a terrific play. And the doctor looked to the right, saying, "Who was that masked man?"
Well, let him play. There's no question about that.
I assume from that comment you think there was a foul.
Could have been. Looked like it to me. Normally the doctor gets that call.
All right, Magic Johnson. Kareem Sky. And it's a 10-point lead again for the West.
That's what I was talking about. When you need 2, that's the guy that's going to get a shot off for you.
Larry Bird driving in. Basket counts and a foul. And Bird has 20 in the ball game. And the East relentless hanging in there. But let's look at Nance's play.
I want to see if this really is a great block. And Nance timed it perfectly. It kind of looked like he was on the ball and the hand. I give the referee the benefit of the doubt. On the ball and on the hand at the same time is okay.
Larry Nance has 5 fouls now, Tom.
Dr. J didn't like the call, I'll tell you. The no call, rather. Went up the other end smiling.
Michael Jordan goes out of the ball game, and so right now Isaiah Thomas is the only true guard in the lineup for the East. There are 3 forwards in Irving, Bird, and Bernard King, along with Malone. The first wrinkle, we've seen that wrinkle. Nance going in his foul, and Adrian Dantley will shoot, and Larry Bird went down hard, and Lundy did his hand.
I want to see the battle of the big guys going on. Now listen, get off my back, please. Stay away from me. Move out a couple of inches, Moses says. Here comes Bird down and took right in the chops.
He got an elbow.
The tank got him. Hit him with a howitzer.
One man you don't want to lose, and so that kind of drew blood.
I tell you, he brings intensity to any game he plays in. You know what he was doing before this ball game? He was doing one-on-one, warming up with Dr. J's little son. And he comes into this ball game today, and after fooling around before the game, he's playing as hard as he possibly can.
Play 1, release.
He really got a shot in the nose, and ironically, Dantley is shooting the free throws there. Yeah,
he got his nose in the way of Dantley's elbow.
Yeah, this is an exhibition, correct? Just look at Larry Bird and answer that question.
Well, he's up the other end getting a towel and trying to wipe off the blood, but look at it. Oh,
yeah, well, okay. Well, If the picture's there, we'll get it for you, folks.
Today's NBA game will be the presentation of the most valuable player award as selected by journalists covering today's game. So please remain with us.
I think we ought to show more of the blood coming out of his nose. I think we ought to do that. Jeez. Larry Bird's problems with the nose injury.
I'm sure nose or no nose, he wants to get back.
He's out of the game right now, so Robert Parrish has come in. And Robert Parrish and Moses Malone, two centers, are in the game right now for the East. And this is the time for them to do it, trailing by 7.
Twin towers on both ball clubs.
Kareem and Sampson are in there. Here's Kareem. Sampson on the other end. Well, Sampson has 19 points for the West All-Stars.
Simpson.
8 rebounds also for Ralph.
Well, two big guys of the West are really doing their job.
9-point lead. Turnover.
I tell you, Dantley did a heck of a job on Bernard King. Once he gets by, it's usually pretty difficult to stop Bernard, but Dantley checked the ball away.
King's 5th foul, and Sidney Moncrief replaces Isaiah Thomas, who really has been hobbled with that bruised left thigh in the second half. They're still tending to Larry Bird, and I think the East is going to need Larry Bird in there down the stretch if they're going to
Got
win.
the ice on the neck, and that's not a good sign. They're trying to stop that flow of blood. But without Isaiah and Bird, who last year kind of took control of the passing game, found the matchup they wanted to use in the late stages, and it happened to be Lambier, East ended up winning. So that combination not going to be available for the East.
What's the big matchup advantage that the NBA's Eastern stars can take advantage of?
Offensively, they're trying to go to Bernard King.
They've got Dantley on King. There's Moncrief. Blackman in the ball game. And no foul. Rolando Blackman on the foul. A lot of confidence Pat Riley has around Rolando Blackman in the ballgame at this time.
As I mentioned before, a lot of people think that Rolando Blackman is the heir apparent to the big guard role in the Western Division. I'll tell you, he's come into his own, his first All-Star appearance, but he is an excellent inside-outside player. Great defense, hits the boards, and handles the ball.
Takes the first free throw. Cummings is coming in, replacing Julius Erving. More power now.
More power on the boards. That's what they want. They want to make sure that Sampson and Kareem don't control that offensive board.
Well, now the East really has a power team in there with Parrish, Malone, and Cummings up front.
Probably be the big guard.
Rolando Blackman. And Moses Malone gets the outlet pass to Terry Cummings, filling the lane for Bernard King. Cummings will pull up, and it's 118 to 111. 7-point lead with under 6 minutes to go. Ralph Sampson. Here's King on the run. Bernard King. He was really on that drive down the lane. King has 13. And here comes the East again, down by 7. Has cut the West lead to 5.
The wide bodies are doing it now, Dick. They're starting to fast break and control the boards. But an unusual matchup. Terry Cummings is guarding Rolando Blackman up the other end. That's going to put him on the boards against the guard, which will be a lot of help.
Kareem now with 5 personal fouls. He has 5 and stays in the game. The West lead has been sliced to 4. 5:15 remaining in the 4th period. 35th All-Star game, and as usual, it's coming down to money time. Johnson on a feed from Kareem, and they've done it dozens of times on the Lakers.
Well, Moncrief that time made kind of a sloppy little double team, let Magic slip in there.
Moncrief looking for a loose ball, the West. 3-on-3. Magic Johnson gets the basket. He has 20.
Here's Moncrief coming over to help out, and he leaves Magic all alone in an All-Star game. The team defense isn't too well developed, and he slipped in for an easy one.
8-point lead. West into Malone. Double. No foul, but there's Robert Parrish with the follow-up. West by 6. 4.5 remaining.
Magic, though, can create some stuff, Dick, just by pushing it up fast against the slower team as Bird is about to report in.
Larry Bird's going to come back in. Moses Malone